podcast about Star Trek. Deal with it, bitch.
Wow, fanfare. Epic fanfare, if you will. All right, enough, folks. Welcome to the bridge.
Welcome.
This is Soy Trek, a podcast about Star Trek from the perspective of two doofuses. Doofi? What's the plural?
Doofi.
Doofi? What's the plural? Is that the plural for doofuses? Okay. What's the root of doofus? Is that Greek or Latin?
Oh, what the origin of doofus is?
Yeah, what's the origin of doofus?
Of the word?
Yeah.
I have to say that's probably a very American word. I feel it's probably like Georgia.
Let's see. 1960s, perhaps an alteration of goofus from the Scots doof or dolt. So it's Scots English, so definitely an American thing, probably, if it's from the 1960s.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, and in the 1960s, a U.S. student slang. Wow. I was kind of hoping that would have gone further back, honestly, but it makes sense.
Yeah, doofus is pretty fun. I really kind of like it, and it's a fun insult. I like those ones that imply like someone's dumb, but still sound kind of fun. I really like chucklehead. It's such a good insult, you know.
Meanie pants.
Not so much that one, but I see where you're trying to go, I guess.
Yeah. You see the blueprint.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm your host, Britton.
I'm Pat.
And we're here to talk about some Star Trek Prodigy today. Pretty cool.
Hells yeah.
First, let's talk about our Patreon. You know, we have a Patreon over at patreon.com/dumbidiotbs. We got some cool stuff over there for as little as $2 a month. You can help support us, say hello, get involved. You can, vote on what episodes we watch on our podcast, one of them. You can, listen to all of the episodes of all of our podcasts in one place at one time. You can, you can send us weird, lewd Patreon messages, which we will be much more likely to respond to than on our other social media platforms.
That's true. So I haven't checked Discord in a while.
Yeah, you should.
Maybe I should.
Maybe you should, baby. We've got a private Discord that you can come and hang out on. For $5 a month, though, we say thank you to people just like Dylan Lance, Jordan Hale, Elizabeth Hearn, Nick Savard, Shane Sawyer, David Craning Sites, Electric Baphomet, Gursky, Joramore, Kyle Simmons, Gillian McCrary, SFC Punk, 7 of 9, D. Riker, Ethan Adams, James Hartman, Iggy, Abigail Simpson, Shane Williams, Sam Mayo, Seb, Robert Yolito, Asher Pliskin, Skeptic, Papa Poison, Awful Star Trek Drawings, Jose Martinez, Gabe Siciliano, Big Strong Boy, Vinny, Luna Dahlia, Former Twink, Nathan G, DJ Robinson, Phil McCavity, Danny, Locke Fanile, Anthony Cabrera, B Flig, Teddy, Jessica Colon, Shrimp God, and our good friends over at Hate Speech Podcast. And they have a Patreon of their own you should go check out.
Ooh.
I don't remember the URL, but just type in Hate Speech Podcast. You'll find it. Maybe you'll find it.
Mm-hmm. Do some internet sleuthing.
Indeed. Let's see. For $10 a month up on there, you get access to
The Media Dungeon, the Media Dungeon, the Media Dungeon. The what?
the Media Dungeon, I said. The Media Dungeon is my private server with over 20,000 fucking films, over 1,700 shows, updated with all the newest stuff. I just got the newest season of The Bear. I'm all up to date on The Boys, as well as Interview with the Vampires, Smiling Friends, lots of new shows coming out. I'm putting them on the motherfucking server.
Yeah, I finished Interview with the Vampire the other day, last week. How was that? Really good.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Good to
hear. I would highly recommend it.
It's a fun show. It's very gay.
I like where they go with it.
Yeah, very gay show. Love it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Extremely gay.
Extremely gay show. Let's see. And then for $20 a month, you can get access to our merch tier, which entitles you to merch every month. I sent out a week or two ago, awesome Jamal Harone shorts. Got some pictures back already from some people, including one follower.
It's still going to be summer for another month.
Yeah, definitely.
Go to your different rises that exist in the United States or wherever.
And I mean, it's
wherever
still gonna,
you have a Ryza.
It's still going to be hot in like a lot of the country up until probably the end of September. I know it will here.
Thanks, global warming.
Yeah, it's all right. Whatever. I like the hot. So, but I just sent out Jamal Harone shorts. Those are cool. And then I'm going to be sending out some tank tops here pretty soon, which are going to be real fun. Everybody loves a good tank top. So yeah, just go to patreon.com/dumbidiotbs and also listen to our other podcasts on the Dumb Idiot Bullshit Podcast Network, which include The Media Dungeon, our movie podcast, Getting Head, a Bucket Cast, Prison Breakdown. We got My Wife. We got Dumb Idiot Bullshit, and I don't know. Did I miss one? I feel like I missed one. Oh yeah, Soy Trek. You're listening to it, baby.
Yeah, Soy Trek.
Yeah, so check that out.
The one we are currently on.
The one we are speaking on at this moment. So that's patreon.com/dumbidiotbs. Go check it out today. It's some rad stuff. Hey, how are you doing, Pat? What's new? What's going on? What's happening?
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out, like
living your dream.
Like your penis is hanging out.
Oh yeah. Cool. Yeah, I'm free balling it.
Yeah, you gotta have that. Yeah, and then the nice thing about like flies, like zipper flies, is like you can hang your penis out of them, and when people are like, "Hey, your penis is hanging out," you can be like, "Oopsie daisy, my fly is broken." You know, no one's gonna believe that with like a button
the perfect
fly.
Excuse.
Yeah, it's a perfect excuse.
And I hear you can actually like bypass a lot of like court rulings that way. When you get put on trial, if you're arrested, you can just say like, my fly is broken, and then they legally have to release you. Right.
It's like asking a cop if he's a cop. He has to say yes. Also, like you can just like be in a park, have your penis out, just showing everyone, showing all the runners, going over the playground, showing the children's parents watching their kids, but not the children. Don't show the children. They don't need that. No. They don't need that.
Yeah, that's actually the zipper. My zipper's broken actually does not work in that instance. No. It works in all other instances.
Yeah, definitely. Because like, who's going to be hurt by a little penis?
Yeah, exactly.
But if you got a big penis,
in Sweden, that's a normal thing. You go to a park and then like everyone's they call it Schlangenschlappen.
Schlangenschlappen, yes. That's a very Swedish thing to do. I kind of think that like they should have a sliding scale for how legal it is to show your penis based on how big your penis is. Because if you got like a really tiny penis, it's like humiliating for you to show your penis, and it's like funny objectively. And so I feel like that really shouldn't be a crime. But if you got like a big dong and you're just like showing it off, that's just like a crime of hubris right there. And like I believe you should be punished for that. It's a crime of
sheer fucking hubris.
Yeah.
Just like that guy that used to hang out Daikiki in Seattle, the dude that would just go walk around with his hog out.
Oh, I don't know if you ever the old dude or
the old guy, yeah.
Yeah, that dude was cool.
Just like he just had a hammer on him, just walking around. Wasn't even going to the water, just walking around up and down the beach.
Just having an old dong man. Every city's got to have an old dong man, right? Is it going to be you?
Yeah, every beach has to have the old dong man.
Right. If you don't have an old dong man at your beach, you got to become that old dong man. Take over that beach. Claim that territory.
Yeah. Well, first, and if you're not old, you first have to go to the beach that makes you old.
Right.
Get old, escape, and then you can go to the beach and be the old dong man.
Right. Everyone is the old dong man on the beach from Old by M. Night Shyamalan.
Yes. It was a surprisingly good movie, I thought. I was pleasantly surprised by it.
Yeah, were you?
Mm-hmm.
What's the
had some body horror in it. It was interesting.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I actually have seen some scenes from it, and it looks kind of fun. Looks at least kind of inventive.
Except like there's like I don't know if it's racist. It probably is.
Probably.
But there's a rapper named Mid-Size Sedan, and I was just like, that's a very bizarre name for a rapper.
It'd be great if it went like a step further and he like went to the beach and like he didn't age at all and he's like, black don't crack, baby.
And then they had to keep changing his name. It's like now, they just had to change it to Van.
Right, yeah.
And he got bigger and older.
Right. Yeah. Van Morrison used to be called Sedan Morrison, but then he got fat.
That's a good name.
Sedan Morrison. Yeah, Sedan Morrison is a pretty good name. Yeah. Anything else new with you?
Yeah, hanging with the cat.
Oh yeah, how's the cat doing?
Good. Yeah, just doing also lots of work. My job's going to be moving soon, so next week we're just like moving lots of equipment. So that's going to be cool. Lots of fun.
Yeah, that sounds kind of fun
welding.
actually. Yeah. No welding week. That's good for the hot summer, but moving will be very hot.
Exactly. It's been sweating through all my shirts.
Well, same here, dog. You gotta get some of those like sweat technology, like Uniqlo shirts. That's what I use. Yeah. Those are great.
Fortunately, those things probably catch fire pretty easy.
Probably, you're not wrong. Yeah, they are probably made of like a composite material that would like turn you into a matchstick, basically.
Yeah. Any synthetic fiber when it gets it melts basically and becomes napalm, and that's why you can only wear like cotton fabrics and stuff like when you're welding, because and leathers of course, because if you're wearing like any synthetic thing, you're just going to be having like a big glob of stuff just burn right through you.
You know what you should do is you should start wearing like leather chaps to work, and then you'll just have your penis out all day, and people will be like, Patrick, why do you have your penis out? And you'll be like, well, oh, these chaps don't have a front or a behind. Oopsie.
My zipper's broken.
Oopsie daisy. They'll be like, oh, well, legally he's off the hook here. He can kind of do that.
Yeah, his zipper is broken. There is no zipper on it, so it broke off.
Yeah. Yeah. Been jerking off to anything cool lately?
No, not really. No,
just kind of the usual old Mr. Hands video.
Like I basically have that like memorized now. It exists solely in my mind.
Right.
It's gonna, like, if there was ever like an event, sort of like shit, what's that Denzel Washington movie, The Book of Life or something?
Book of Eli.
The Book of Eli, except it'd be like the movie of Pat, and it would just be the Mr. Hands video, and I would have committed it to memory, and I have to like tell it to everyone.
It's like when you pause like a movie on your TV and then go on vacation, and it's like burned into your TV forever. That's kind of how it is for you. Just the moment when the horse takes the cock out, and you can just like hear all the fluids dumping out of the guy's body. Like, that's what
the
you
entire
like.
movie is me just like going around with a shotgun shooting a bunch of people in a wasteland, and then like I have to transcribe the entire the length of Mr. Hands video to like someone else so they can like pass it on to other people.
Yeah. This is my culture. This is my society's collective memory. We must pass it down.
I was also just realized that same thing kind of happened in Fahrenheit 451, where everyone has to memorize a book and they become that living book.
Oh yeah.
And so oh wow, Book of Eli ripped them off.
It sucks that like there's some people who would get stuck with books that they just really didn't want, or even worse, like guys who are like, oh yeah, I'm the I hope they serve beer in hell guy. I'm that living book.
Tucker Max.
Yeah, really. Or like I'm Bill O'Reilly's Assassinating Lincoln. I'm that book. Like
God, I like one time I was bored on a vacation when I was younger, and my parents had a bunch of Ann Coulter books. I ended up reading an Ann Coulter book on vacation.
I read an Ann Coulter book on the plane on vacation too. White Lies.
Ooh.
What was it? Lies and Misdemeanors or something like that.
I can't remember the name of it. It was so bad, and it was also like, but it was funny how fast you could read through it, because like the text on the page was so huge because they make them for old people.
Right,
So
right. And also like they want to fill like a 250 page book and without like any substance to it whatsoever. It's like ridiculous.
It's essentially a pamphlet.
Arguments. Yeah.
Oh, what was that? It was called. It was like defending what's his name? What was the guy who like outed all the communists?
Oh, and, Joe McCarthy. Joseph McCarthy. Yeah.
It was a defense of Joseph McCarthy. It was really bad.
That's insane. Like, how can you be that not on the right side of history? You know?
Yeah, I mean, they have to like go to bat for all of them.
Yeah.
What was that book called?
What book would you be if you were a living book?
It was called Treason: Liberal Treachery from the Cold War to the War on. Let's see. Yeah, from the liberal treachery from the Cold War to the War on Terrorism. That's what it was called.
That's the book you would be if you were a living book.
No, that's the book I read. That'd be funny if I was stuck with. That would be funny if I was stuck with that Ann Coulter book.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny.
Just like. They're just like, you have to memorize this, then we burn it. And I'm like, no.
So, today we're here to talk about some Star Trek. You want to get into that?
I can dig it.
All right. So, Star Trek Prodigy, Season 2, Episodes 5 and 6 are what we're going into today. Episode 5. I'm not sure if the episode is called The Mystery Spiral or The Observer's Paradox. It's listed differently in different places.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it is quite weird. I don't know what to believe anymore. Because it's I think on the episode it was listed The Mystery Spiral, but then on like Memory Alpha it's listed as The Observer's Paradox. So I'm like, what's going on?
I think it would make sense it was The Mystery Spiral because that's the subject of the episode. I can't remember what it said in the beginning. Now it's like doing like you're doing playing with my brain. I'm like, wait, which one? What did it say when I watched the episode?
Couldn't tell you. But let's see. So this is Season 2, Episode 5 of Star Trek Prodigy. It first aired on July 1st, 2024, along with the other 19 episodes of Season 2. It's released all at once by Netflix. It is the 24th of 39 episodes produced in Prodigy, and the 923rd episode produced in all of Star Trek. This one's written by Jennifer Murrow, who has written 4 episodes of Prodigy, all from this season, and this one is their very first. This one is directed by 2 people, Roland Lee and Andrew L. Schmidt. Roland Lee has done 6 episodes. Roland Lee. Yeah, so I don't know what their gender is. I don't care. So they've done 6 episodes all in this season, and this one's their first. And co-directed by Andrew L. Schmidt, who has done 7 episodes of Prodigy, including my favorite, All the World's a Stage, as well as Supernova Part 1 and several others. So, you want to dive right in?
Let's get on into it.
So, we open on Janeway giving an admiral's log about the kids fucking up the timeline and them doing an investigation about it. Janeway pours a cup of coffee and gives it to Dahl, who likes it with sugar. Jenkum says the whole thing was one heck of a ride. Majel says...
I was surprised when I saw Janeway preparing coffee and then she put like milk into it. I'm like, that's not the way Janeway makes coffee.
Right.
So it was interesting.
She likes
hers.
She likes hers with a little bit of cum.
Hope that's not how you're preparing coffee for people.
This milk ain't ooey gooey enough. It needs to be oosey juicy, baby. So, Majel says it was hard to reason with the kids. Rock Talk says she tried to stop them. Zero says mistakes were made, and then gets an abortion. Murph makes some noises. They provide some more answers, and the kids retire to the hallway, thinking that they're cooked. Gnome.
Their goose is cooked.
No, their goose is cookity cook. It's cremated at this point. It's so cooked, baby. They grilled the shit out of that thing right to death. Janeway says they must make the protostar go to Tars Lamora like it did before. They also wonder about the mysterious entity that helped the kids. So, with the kids, they're on probation and aren't allowed to wander the ship unsupervised. Gwyn is still getting used to her time displacement armband. Majel comes in and refuses to eat with them. That's pretty cold.
No, I think she wants to, but like, I think she knows she needs to keep her distance and hang out with her cool friends.
Yeah, her Nova Squadron friends. Her racist friends.
Morn's son.
Yeah.
And kid with like white makeup on his nose.
Yeah. Unlike they might be giants, she fucks with a racist friend.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Dahl recommends that they find the ship and send it back to Tars Lamora themselves. Rock Talk asks if they really should keep digging a hole for themselves. Suddenly, Murph is making a bunch of noises, and he's constructed a spiral made out of clothes and objects. And Gwyn is like, that's what happened to all my underwear. And Dahl's like, not all of it.
Yeah, Jenkum just secretly hides like some of her underwear in his back pocket. It's like for later.
Jenkum Pog's gonna jerk himself off. What was that, Jenkum? Nothing. Didn't say anything.
Jenkum's gonna jerk him.
Jerkum Pog.
That'd be funny if that's what he named his like robot hand, Jerkum Pog.
Or Yankum Pog.
Or Jerkum Hog.
Yankum Hog.
Jerkum Hog.
Yankum Hog.
Yankum Hog.
They deduce that the mysterious figure who's been helping them left a secret message with Murph. The doctor comes in and offers to escort the crew around the ship pending their probation. The crew tries to ditch the doctor so they can conspire together to figure out what Murph is saying. They can't get away, so Zero takes a bullet for the team and asks the doctor about his newest holo novel, which he's more than happy to drop everything and talk about, which is pretty funny and really shows like the doctor's vanity, which I don't know why they program vanity into a medical hologram, but it's pretty fun that they did.
And I'm kind of shocked, like he basically just ripped off Love in the Time of Cholera. Like that's, except it was Love in the Time of Holograms.
Yeah, which is
basically
pretty good.
Yeah, but I feel like the doctor, I feel he's a little bit more creative than that and wouldn't just straight up rip off another novel.
Really? He's AI, so.
He is AI, but he's like the good AI where he is capable of original creation. As we saw with like, he wrote he makes original properties all the time. Like he is a fully realized actual artificial intelligence, not just like a machine that just like condenses a lot of existing material, like intellectual property, into something horrific. That would be funny if he was that kind of AI.
That would be pretty cool, actually. He's probably making porn though, right?
Oh yeah,
Lots
absolutely.
Of porn.
I mean, he kind of almost did in like Dr. Tinker Soldier Spy.
Oh yeah, Dr. Tinker Soldier Spy Fuck Lord. That was the original title.
He was just like, he was able to just make straight up like fantasies he could enter, like and physically inhabit, and so,
right.
Yeah, good for him.
Do you think he's uncut?
I think he can change at will.
Do you think he chooses to be uncut?
Yeah, I think so. Like it depends, like on what he's feeling. It's sort of like Schrodinger's song. Like it can be cut, like as long as it's in the pants, it's like it's simultaneously cut and uncut, and then like you open it and he can decide whether or not it is.
It's like, is my zipper broken?
Is my zipper broken? Because sometimes I mean sometimes the iguana eye is a little bit funnier than having like
so they can't,
depends on the context.
They can't translate Murph, so Jenkum modifies a transponder to be a translator for Murph, which I'm like, why can't like any other ship's computers do that function? I don't really get it.
Yeah, that is strange. Like you think like the ship's computer would like be actively like trying to decipher his, especially if he's like on the ship, and also has just been in Starfleet buildings, that I'm assuming have like just base translation and just computers that like are actively trying to decode everything. So
yeah, there's like no xenolinguistics.
Out his language by now.
Yeah, it's weird they don't have like some xenolinguists or something like following Murph around trying to figure this thing out.
Yeah, because like, I mean, I'm guessing this is the first, sentient melanoid worm thing that they've encountered. Like that seems intelligent. I'm guessing. I'm not entirely sure, but like it seems like that he would warrant further like studying and just like try to actually decipher it and see what he has to say. Beyond like, is he just speaking gibberish to us at all times?
Man, I'm fucking tired, dog. So
oh shit.
So it doesn't exactly work, and Murph is just yelling random words like mushroom, and I think he's trying to talk about Discovery Spore Drive, but that was all like suppressed, so no one's ever gonna know. So they think he's crazy.
Yeah, maybe that's why they won't translate him. He actually knows the truth behind the Spore Drive, and he's trying to tell everyone.
Oh, and it's just suppressing that. The translator suppresses like anyone telling fucking Starfleet secrets. That would actually make sense.
It's like, we can't just figure him out.
No.
Until they can find out a way to actually like kill him, because he seems almost unkillable in a way.
I think he is. Yeah, he's pretty much.
Yeah. Indestructible.
So with Gwyn and Dahl, they're trying to cross-reference the spiral Murph made, and they're coming up empty. They find a spiral that is a symbol of the rubber tree people, which gives promise.
And weren't we talking last week, betting whether or not they would mention the rubber tree people?
Right.
And I think we were like, no, that'd be too stupid. Of course they wouldn't bring that back.
No. I said they wouldn't bring back Akuchimaya. I also said they would mention the rubber tree people, and boom, they did.
Oh, yeah.
I also said the mysterious figure I think is Chakotay from a different time, and I'm pretty sure I'm right there too. I'm pretty sure I wrote this thing in my head, and I'm pretty sure I'm like hitting like 10 for 10.
I still want to think it's Archer, just because.
Yeah, you want to
think,
but,
it is.
It doesn't really make sense.
But I mean, if they're trying to like, if Prodigy's redeeming the rubber tree people, I think they could do it.
It could also be Will Wheaton, or it could be Wesley Crusher, because I know he's up.
Unfortunately, it could be Will Wheaton. Yeah.
He is right up in here, baby. But he hasn't appeared yet, not in the first 6 episodes at least. So I guess we'll see where that goes. So with Janeway, she's with Tysus and Gnome, and there's an anomaly in their ship. And Janeway wonders if it's a message from Chakotay. Jellicoe calls and says her orders are to collapse the time anomaly and get rid of the ship. Janeway.
Good old Ronnie Cox.
Indeed. And by the ship, I mean was it the Infinity? Is that the name of it?
Yeah, the Infinity is the ship they're trying to steal.
Yeah. So, but they got Jellicoe says to destroy it. Janeway says she doesn't know what will happen to Gwen or Chakotay should they collapse the anomaly, and Jellicoe's like, I don't really care. That's fine. So with the kids, they figure that Chakotay is trying to send a message through the time anomaly, but can't figure out how. So they go ask Rock Talk. Rock Talk is resistant and asks the others if they care about Starfleet Academy if they get caught, because then they won't be able to go.
Nope.
So Dahl says finding Chakotay and the Protostar is the only way to fix this problem and ensure that Gwyn doesn't disappear into time. Rock Talk says she can at least help them do it right. So Rock thinks Murph's language might be too complicated for a universal translator, which is why it hasn't been working yet, but not too complicated for a whale. So I don't know. I don't get that logic.
I can see since he is, melanoid slime worm, his language is only meant to be communicated in water, and it can only be understood through the vibrations through water. So, on land, it sounds like nothing.
Interesting.
But and through the water, it actually, I think it's funny. There's actually a that Harry Potter movie. They do that where it's just the sirens. It sounds awful, and then they have to put it in the water, and it sounds beautiful, it's singing or something.
Interesting. I don't know if I've seen that one. I've only seen the first 4, I think. It's not something I care about, and especially with J.K. Rowling being a real piece of shit, I really don't care anymore.
Yeah, a 22-year-old kid started at my job. He was the other day. I was in the middle of welding, and he come to me with a lot of importance. He's like, "Do you like Harry Potter, Pat?" I was just like, "No, not in the slightest."
Nice. What did he say?
He was kind of hurt by that.
Oh, good.
He seemed kind of interested, but I was just like, I don't know. I was like, when I first heard about it, I was 24 years old. I wasn't going to read about it, read the books or anything.
They're fine movies, I guess. I don't really care.
Yeah.
So anyway, Rock Talk says, no, we already got that. So Rock Talk takes Murph into the cetacean ops tank, and Murph transforms into a sea monkey-like creature. And the whale understands what Murph is trying to say. He's saying the letters DIMNEF. And they arrange to read, "Find me."
How would they even know that's what that meant to? Why would the words come out that way? Why would he scramble them?
I was confused about that too. Why would he scramble them into like English or standard?
Yeah, and then maybe unless that's how his language works, I don't know. Like maybe that's how he perceives of like within his own language. That's how it's translated.
Doesn't really make sense to me.
No.
So with Janeway, they're preparing to collapse the wormhole with a photon torpedo. Gnome and the Doctor agree that this isn't how they wanted the rescue mission to end, and the whole bridge crew stands up in solidarity with Janeway. Janeway notes this is how they actually... so Janeway notes that this... notes this and begins the countdown anyway. And I really hope this is how they write Chakotay off for good.
That would be fantastic.
That would rule so fucking hard if they like unceremoniously just took him out and didn't show him like one last time or anything.
Yeah.
He's just gone.
Yeah, I mean, they coax Robert Beltran into returning to the role begrudgingly, like a role he's hated his entire career, and
Right.
then that he's desperate to return to so he can make money, and then they just kill him. It's like, ow.
So Janeway has a flashback where Chakotay gives her a rock with the spiral Murph drew on it. Back in the present, Janeway wonders if she's a fool to have hope. But their doctor assures her when a door closes, a window may open, which is a terrible idea on a starship.
Yeah. Be a terrible, terrible idea. What are you thinking?
Don't open the window on there. Come on. What are you thinking? So with the kids, Gwen decides to take off her temporal armband. She tries to take the armband off and is transported to somewhere and is told, "Find me before they do." She snaps back to reality and says the spiral is in fact a map. Boom, end of episode. What'd you think?
Yeah, it was good. I thought it was funny they mentioned the rubber tree people. It was bizarre, like with all the knowledge of the ship's computer. Mm-hmm. It didn't have any references to anything that like any of the sacred objects that Chakotay had that were similar to that sort of universe, and it didn't match that particular like solar system at all. Like,
yeah, kind of strange, but okay, cool.
Yeah. But otherwise, I thought it was a fine episode. Like, I thought it was. I was really hoping that they were able to like make Murph talk finally, but I get that he's supposed to be like the goofy sound thing, you know, his voice actor D. Bradley Baker. You know, he's just known for making the weird noises. So, he's like not gonna like. He's not gonna be like now I want to do a language for it now and speak. He just wants to keep making the like baby noises.
Yeah, I mean that's
also like Murph may talk in his next evolution, the next step of his evolution.
That's true, because we know he kind of is an evolving being because he's already turned into like a Murph cocoon, and and he kind of evolved in this too. He grew. It showed that he's able to adapt to his surroundings. So, like he was able to grow fins, and and he grew legs and arms just so he could walk like people do. Yeah, indeed he did. Yeah, I thought this was a pretty fun episode. I'd give it a solid 6.5 out of 10 or something like that. Which I think is, I've been given like 6.5s to 7s mostly this season. It's been a good season so far. Nothing that's blown me out of the water, but good storytelling, great animation.
Yeah. I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, me too. Definitely. Yeah, you got anything else to say on this bad boy?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, we're 40 minutes in. Should we do another full episode or just keep on rolling through and just do the next episode?
Let's just keep rolling through. Rolling.
What? Okay, so let's roll into the next episode. Prodigy, Season 2, Episode 6, Imposter Syndrome. This first aired on July 1st, 2024, which is the date all of these aired once again, since it aired on Netflix. It's the 25th of 39 episodes produced in Prodigy and released in Prodigy, and the 924th episode released in all of Star Trek. This one is written by Deandra Pendleton Thompson, who worked as a writer's room assistant on Picard Season 1, and has written 8 episodes of Prodigy, including A Moral Star Part 1 and 2, and Let Sleeping Borg Lie. And then this one is directed by Sung Shin, who is the director of 16 episodes of Prodigy, undoubtedly making them the most tenured director of the show. They've done Time Amok, Let Sleeping Borg Lie, Preludes, and Who Saves the Saviors. So, we open on Dahl running from Gwyn, Zero, Murph, and Jenkum Pog. They corner him, and Dahl says his friends would never do this. They're like, hey, take it out. This is a reverse gangbang. Your reverse birthday gangbang.
Aw.
Yeah.
They're celebrating his birthday.
Yeah, indeed.
He's the birthday boy.
Indeed.
My fly's broken.
So he says his friends would never do this, and Jenkum's like, who told you we were friends? And then he begins to probe Dahl, and it's pretty hot. So 24 hours earlier, Voyager is flying through space, and the doctor comes in on the kids working on finding the mysterious Chakotay spiral. Gwyn says the truth is more than they can see with their eyes. Dahl proposes they steal a ship and fly out to figure the mystery. In order to escape, Zero and Jenkum decided to create hologram copies of themselves so nobody notices they're gone. But the holograms are imperfect. They decide to make the holograms less glitchy so they can steal the Infinity and go about with their plan to get the protostar back to Taras Lamora. In order to escape, Zero and Jenkum decide to create... we already got that. So the kids sneak into the hangar bay to see the Infinity and work on a plan. Suddenly, Tysus creeps up on them and tells them they lost a tricorder on the floor of the Infinity. He tells them the Infinity is about to be destroyed. Tysus says he's not destroying the ship because of them, but because the Federation wants them to. Dahl suggests just cloaking it and nobody would ever know. Tysus gets a good laugh out of this and says they're going to destroy the ship at 0800 hours. After he leaves, Dahl says they need to steal the ship as it's being destroyed, which is a pretty good plan, I think. Yeah. So, over with the kids, they've made...
That'd be funny, though, if it's just like they can't, like, the ship is like... They do something to ships when they know they're going to do that, where it's just like you can't like teleport in and quickly like hijack it. It's just like set to go in that sort of like on its path, and they're like, nah. That's kind of honestly what I thought was going to happen with this episode, but then we'll get to how that would have happened. But
that would have been pretty cool. So
that would have been pretty funny.
Over with the kids, they've made exact hollow replicas of the full team, and you know exactly what Jenkum is doing with his.
Oh yeah,
Yankum hog.
It's go the ultimate stranger, because then he already has like that with his robotic arm, but then like it's the robotic arm of another robot.
Right. Why are both of our flies broken? This is wild. So Jenkum says that these holograms are fully loaded and coded. Dahl thinks his is over-programmed on his cockiness, and Gwen is like, no, that's right. Both of the Gwens are like, no, that's right. Suddenly, Janeway wants to come in, but the door is locked. Like, what if they're having an orgy in there? Like an alien child orgy.
Yeah, it feels weird that they would they're very like adamant about like gaining entry right away. They don't respect like the privacy of like the kids. They're just like, well, time to override their locks.
Right.
Enter.
These kids are like a weird like multiracial troop of like feeder type kids. Like they're probably having group sex at any one time. So I don't know.
You can never rule it out.
No, stay out of there, Janeway. Let them clean up first. So Janeway uses her access override and sees the entire orgy. But not really, because their holograms are hidden just in time. So no orgy. Janeway and the Doctor come in and say that their new mission is to return Voyager to Earth. Dahl wonders how they can tell themselves apart from the holograms. They can't, and the holograms can even read each other's minds. They lock up the holograms and prep for the Infinity heist. But the holograms break out. But it's not the holograms. It's the real ones who have to break out. Because the holograms are the ones that actually lock them up. Or so we're led to believe. We don't know. We don't know anymore.
Yeah, they're like, it could be like a complete mix of hologram and real ones, because they literally have no idea.
Exactly. So the
which I think is bizarre that they would allow holograms to be that believable. Mm-hmm. Like, you could just make doubles of anyone. Like, what's to keep people from just like making a double of yourself that like works for you?
There's probably like laws against it that like they train the kids in the Federation to know from like their childhood, but these are all like alien kids who don't know that shit. It's like genetic modification is like easily doable, but like it's still illegal in the Federation.
But I guess like Data was able to just like use the holodeck to just like make someone as smart as him that could easily but evil. So there needs to be like some more rules with this holodeck,
There really should be. So Dahl proposes they all track down their own doubles. Dahl and Zero are walking through the hall and accuse each other of being holograms. The two dolls find each other and hold each other at phaser point. They blast the phasers.
Also, who gave these kids phasers?
That's a great question, because they're still they're still on probation, right? Like, these kids just have access to guns. Why?
Yeah, this is just like giving like unsupervised 14-year-olds access to AK-47s. It's just like, here you go.
The ones that are supposed to be on probation and aren't in the military yet. Like,
yeah. You would think there would be like some sort of responsibility that came to like not just firearms, but something like that could literally like be put on a setting that could dissolve you into nothing. It's just like just getting hit with it, but they're just like, yeah, you know what? Here you go, kids, play with them. Like, these kids play unrestricted with the holodeck. Let them play with firearms. Like, what's going on here? What kind of ship is Janeway running?
And great question. So, With Zero, they're finding duplicate signatures when they run into Magell, but they see their holocopy and take off quickly. With Jenkum, he finds his holocopy and proposes they have an engineering off to figure out who the real one is. But instead, yank 'em hog. Again.
Yank 'em hog.
Yank 'em hog. Yank 'em, yank 'em, yank 'em. Everybody yank 'em. Yank 'em, yank 'em, yank 'em. That hog. So the Hollow Jenkum has a crisis of conscience when the other one is better at percussive maintenance, and Gnome offers a counseling session. Jenkum declines, so Gnome goes into the holodeck and turns on the hollow hot tub, if you know what I mean. He gon' jerk off in there. He gon' do his thing in there, you know what I'm saying?
Man, you can't be doing that. You can't be putting all that biological material in hot tubs.
Oh yeah, you can.
It doesn't die, it just festers.
Like Uncle Fester.
Yeah, that's why it's called Uncle Fester.
That's what I call it when I jerk off in the hot tub. Is doing an Uncle
hot tubs.
Is doing an Uncle Fester. Yeah. I'm gonna go use the hot tub. You want to come with me? No, not really. I'm gonna do an Uncle Fester. Oh, I'm never using that hot tub again.
No thanks. I got a scratch on my arm earlier. I don't need it getting infected.
So, with Rock Talk, she's teamed up with Holorock, and Doll is found by the holocopies and cornered. The scene from the beginning of the episode where they jerk him off. Suddenly Gwyn blasts them with a fire extinguisher, and there's only 10 minutes left to the Infinity launch. Some others show up with weapons, and no one is sure who is which, and Rock and her copies come along and say that they have a solution.
Ooh.
Rock Talk proposes they overload the holo matrix and reset the holocopies. Everything holographic in the ship will disappear, and Jenkum Pog is real when he thought he was the fake one. They run towards the Infinity, but are stopped by the Doctor. Their plan is almost foiled, but Magell intervenes and asks the Doctor if he does opera and if he can give vocal lessons to her, which is the second time in this episode. It's really just been like the Doctor is a vain man, and you can
he can have faults.
Yeah, he's just if you ask him about himself, he won't shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So the team runs into the hangar bay, but the Infinity has already taken off. On the bridge, Tysus and Janeway wax poetical on youth and the end of the Infinity and the wormhole. On the Infinity, Gwyn masks in emergency transport, and they make their way onto the ship. Jenkum says they can't rush greatness, and they cloak the ship right before it flies into the sun. Janeway, on the bridge, thinks it's disappeared. Rock says there's a tiny irregularity with the holograms, and their copies reappear in the holodeck. But they're all wrong. Rock is Jenkum, Zero is Doll, etc., etc. End of episode.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, what do you think?
I like this episode. I think it does, pose a lot of interesting ethical questions, though not enough where like the holograms, even though when they came to the solution, if we turn off, they reset the holodeck, the hologram us will disappear. Like, to the hologram's knowledge, they are just as deserving of life as their real life counterparts. They feel they're real, and they know that by resetting it, they're going to kind of die. Which I thought was interesting. And speaking of dying, though, I also thought like the eventual end of the episode, it was going to be like they get on the ship, like the crew gets on the ship, and but then they're like, oh my god, we can't change its course. And they go into the blue sun and then die. But then turns out it was the holograms that all gone into it.
That would have been amazing.
But realizing now that probably would have been too horrifying of an end for a children's show, and it would have been very disturbing. Just like all the holograms just like die, and you watch your favorite, goofy crew just like get consumed by
a blue sun.
Yeah, by the blue sun. Yeah,
that'd be pretty sick. I'd be here for it, to be honest. That'd be a risk for a children's show. Big risk.
Yeah, it would have been a huge risk. I could see them maybe doing that like as a Voyager episode, because we did have like that one Voyager episode where the doubles of like the crew that were all like the weird slime people, they all just like dissolve and die in the middle of space. But like but that's too heavy for a kid's show.
A little bit, slightly too heavy. Like Van Morrison got him, took that one back around.
Sedan Morrison.
No, because that's before he was fat.
Oh yeah.
Right.
What do you think?
I thought it was great. I give this one a solid like 7.5 or 8 out of 10. This one had a really fun concept. It's back to cool like one-off episodes that still has something to do with the plot and Prodigy. I thought it was great. I thought it was a real fun episode. It had a real cool concept to it. Yeah, well, that's all I got. You got anything else to say about it?
Watch Prodigy. I can't wait to see. It's been hard not to just like binge the entire thing. I've just been doing 2 episodes a week.
Have you got any podcast? You got any predictions or anything?
I still want to say the mysterious figure. I want that to be Archer so bad.
Yeah.
just like, if we're redeeming Chakotay, we're redeeming, Rubber Tree people, we're redeeming, potentially be redeeming Makuchi Moya. Like I'm still wondering if they're going to say that by the end of the episode. I think we can, which I rightfully redeem Enterprise, which I really like Enterprise. So I think if we were able to like have like some sort of like finality to like that mysterious shadowy figure from the first season of Enterprise, I think that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, that'd be a thing they do. I don't think it's gonna be the direction they go in. It's gonna be Chakotay or Wesley Crusher for sure.
Yeah, but still, like a man can have hope.
Indeed. Well, I'd agree. You should go watch the show. It's a real good time, and I'm excited to see where it goes through the rest of the season. Yeah. Well, I guess that's probably a good place for us to leave it. If you like our show, please go like, rate, and subscribe wherever you get podcasts, and check out our Patreon at patreon.com/dumbidiotbs. And thanks once again, to those folks who help support us. It helps keep our show editorially independent, ad-free, and wholesome and fun for the entire family that's over 18. Yeah.
We love you.
We do love you. Thank you so much. I have been Comrade Britt.
I have been Pat.
Thanks for hanging with us, Voyagers. Be well, travel safe, and check out Prodigy, baby.
Yeah. Thanks for checking with us, soy boys, girls, and our wiggly beans.
Hang dong. And shocker.
Soy, 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 soy. Soy, 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 soy. Soy, 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 soy. Soy, 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 soy.